kind of relying too much on just trying to play long, over the top, playing too quick. Just get settled into this game. It's those sharp, quick passes that are going to open up this Swope Park defense. And just as we say that, Sam Garza saying to Peter Kelly, simple, good. That's what they want to do. That's what he wants to see out of his teammates.
Garza, a very talented player, and they want to get him on the ball a bit more in this game, I would think. Morrison back to Uzo. And again, the pressure is slowed down a little bit, and the pace is sort of more reasonable. There's a long ball here to Peter Kelly. And goes out for a goal kick. Kelly, again, very athletic, can get up and down the field. Can play a number of positions, and Frankie Alb likes his versatility. And right now he has him at the right back position. We'll see how that goes moving forward. Netted pressing again. Campanella going long. And Williams heads away.
Quite a few of the Arizona United fans here voicing their displeasure with the official.
Well, they can't expect too much home cooking in Tucson. So.
Officials, I've never heard a fan base start a chant that's just like, good job, ref.
Christian Duke releases. Peter Kelly has to play it out of bounds. Like you said, you know, we're going to see those outside backs flying up the sidelines any chance they get, especially any time that Tyler Pasher tucks in and pinches in. That way Christian can get out through the outside. Gavin looks to play early to Norte. Cleared out well there by Van Campernoll. Kelly's going to wish he did better with that chance.
Well, and Kelly didn't have a goal in the team's first game over the Colorado Rapids in that 3-1 victory, but his speed in that ball just up the sideline from Christian Duke, he's able to just easily get past the defenders, slide it low across the box, and Tierpak tapped it in. So even though he didn't score a goal in the first game and doesn't have a goal yet, showing how dangerous he can be.
Given away. Randy looking to break. Finds Cassio. Cassio holds, finds Morrison. And given away there.
Well, we really haven't talked too much about Cassio, saying I was expecting him to be one of the main players for Arizona here, at least here today, because he's a player that you can at least funnel the attack through on the left-hand side, and it really just has been non-existent. Him and Garza have kind of been stranded by themselves out on the wing. Arizona's got to improve that.
It looked like it looked like right there that Tommy Williams just put his knee right through Dan Kelly. Kelly is rolling around in a fair amount of pain, it appears. But you're right, obviously the lack of sustained possession has inhibited Arizona United from really being able to get a player like Cassio involved. At the beginning, touches you can see in the box, he's somebody who can be very dangerous, but Swope Park's had a little bit more of the ball as we've gone on.
Yeah, and obviously we're on the far side, the opposite side from the benches, but the Arizona coaching staff calling over a handful of players over there to try to go over a few things. I imagine that's got to be part of it. Just slow this game down a little bit. It's kind of gotten out of control. The past 5 minutes or so, Arizona has tried to slow it down, try to gather some possession, but I imagine that's got to be the focus while they have some time to talk about before halftime.
Well, it's a little bit warm here. Everyone enjoying the quick water break. Beautiful weather we've had here, Jake. I mean, this is our 6th Desert Diamond Cup, and this has been the most fantastic. We've had of all the weather consistently. We've had snow one year. We had torrential rains when Sporting played Portland, and we had the interns out there poking holes in the field with the pitchforks. So we're happy to have weather like this, and certainly it makes for a great soccer playing environment.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to sending out some antagonizing tweets and pictures on social media to everyone in Kansas City about the weather, but Kansas City themselves in the 70s this past week, so they themselves enjoying it, but still just a little bit nicer down here for everyone in Kansas City. I apologize in advance.
And it seems like everybody in Madranda included, is having a word with the referee. Everyone has their opinion on how this game needs to be called differently.
There you
But
go,
again,
referee. Job is never done. We're taking some time to get this game restarted, and here we go. And Dane Kelly for the Rangers back on the field after being tended to by Jake Brownback. So it is back to 11v11.
Kelly ball on Scotty Morrison. Actually didn't look like he took the worst of it, but clearly Madranda was looking to run right through him. And it's just too many stoppages here for anyone to find a rhythm of plans.
Yeah, and that's about our fourth heavy challenge so far in this first half. So, these guys only have a handful of minutes left before halftime, and we know there will be a lot of changes made. So maybe just that halftime can't get here fast enough to maybe temper these guys down a little bit.
Well, it looks like 45 minutes could turn into 50 minutes very easily. Garza coming back to the ball, trying to get on the ball. He's dropping a little bit deeper now just to try to do so. Switch to Morrison here. Gavin patiently waiting.
And now we get our second yellow card of the evening. This one to Dane Kelly, and I think that one maybe a little retaliatory from what he felt was a knee in the back.
Luke Rennie had to take the retaliatory hit for Tommy Williams.
Yeah,
putting his knee through. I don't know how that's fair, but
yeah, and I think I think we need to maybe get closer to halftime to get some of these guys off the field. It may be preseason, but that seems like there's a playoff mentality already out there on the field.
Absolutely.
And it's already kind of making that first regular season date enticing. These two teams both in the Western Conference of the USL. So already a budding rivalry taking place here.
Through ball, but straight to Kempen. Long ball played out by Bala. Looking for Kelly. Finding Kelly. Screams the foul by Uzo, but nothing there. Williams switches out, but too fast for Morrison there.
And that's just a great example right there of the high press that the Swope Park Rangers are going to implement this season. Long ball over the top, even though it doesn't turn into anything. The pressure from Selbold and the pressure from Madranda force a turnover, and now it's Swope's ball. Not anymore, though.
Given away. Back to Williams. You can see Williams' first look is always for that long down. Given away again, but Milano unable to control that. Back to Uzo. Tim plays forward long. It's a good ball to Norte. Looks like he's on sides. Norte 1v1 here. Ball's over to Cassio. Cassio to Gavin. Good job to keep possession there, but couldn't find Kelly, who was flying down the right side. Tim again. Tim gives it away. Looking to counter here through Madranda. Madranda controls. Pushing through Seabold. All the way out to Duke. Milano coming underneath to pick it up. Giving away again. Rennie. Garza Drops to Kelly. It just doesn't seem anyone can get that final third combination that's really going to set them free.
Yeah, and the frustration there on Garza's face, it was just a almost too easy of a takeaway from Christian Duke. Granted, he was able to gather possession and knock it back to Peter Kelly at the right back position, but if he's able to keep control of that ball, he's off to the races up this right-hand side. And Garza, much like Casio, those are the two guys that you want to have the ball if you're Arizona United, and they just really haven't had it with time and with space, and that's been the difference so far.
There's certainly no question Norte has incredible speed, and they're going to look to play over the top to him a number of times to see if they can stretch that. Maybe that threat can create a little bit of space in the midfield, and they can start finding Garza and Casio coming inside.
Well, and a lot of these games, both for the Rangers and both for Arizona, I mean, you can understand why there isn't much cohesiveness. These guys haven't played together very, if at all, very little. I mean, the Rangers themselves have been training for just a little under a month. Arizona United, a lot of these players, that have shown up for the Desert Diamond Cup have not even been with the team. Have been told that some of the guys that will be coming in this second half, we couldn't be given their positions and names and numbers because they didn't know who was going to be here just yet. So you can understand why there's a little bit of a sloppiness to this game, but at the same time, you got a month or so to get prepared for the regular season. So a lot of fine-tuning needs to be done by both teams, really, after this first 45 minutes.
Dan Kelly is going to be a little bit sore, and I think this will be his only half for this game, most likely. Looks like he's coming off now. I don't know if Swope's going to replace him for the short time left, or they're going to play with the 10.
They have a player up. Can't tell who that is all the way from this vantage point, but definitely getting someone ready to come in this game.
Just a weird feel to this half. A lot of stoppages, a lot of breaks, a lot of shouting, a lot of tough challenges, but number of chances haven't been that many.
Yeah, and I mean we can say it. It's been an ugly half. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that as a knock on these teams because they barely have any experience whatsoever together on the field.
Yeah, but right there, the first ball is knocked directly to the center back, and it just seems like possession's been given away cheaply, one too many times by both sides. A heavy touch there by Brennan.
And just confirmation for that. Dane Kelly has come off, and Alberto Sanchez, an unsigned trialist from Guadalajara, Mexico, in for the remainder of the first half. He was going to be starting the second half up top anyway for the Swope Park Rangers, so he'll just have a few more minutes than maybe some of his other teammates here tonight.
Morrison, the Scottish veteran, very comfortable on the ball. Garza zigged when he should have zagged there.
Yeah, that was just another instance of just a brief miscommunication. That was a really good opportunity there for Arizona. Just Morrison not on the same page as Garza in the end.
Morrison, we haven't seen yet, but also deadly with a free kick. He's scored a number of Arizona United's goals last year from the dead ball, and obviously fouls in those areas and those wide left sides you're gonna see a very dangerous ball. Kempit with the ball. Tested once or twice, came up with a big save early on that set piece play, but not tested since.
Yeah, and really the only, I would say, dangerous chance is because it was a double save from Kempin of the half for both teams. We did see Van Kampernol have kind of a half chance off a broken set piece earlier for the Swope Park Rangers. Christian Duke having an attempt at a volley from just inside the penalty area, but that was the best chance of this first half so far, and John Kempin keeping the game at zeros early on, and neither goalie has been tested since.
Wazinski wisely clears it out of bounds. Far side, Jimmy Mulligan.
A little bit of excitement there towards the end of the first half here,
Yeah,
with a collision between
The Swope
Madronda.
Park Rangers staff member was none too pleased.
Yeah,
It was a pretty clean challenge.
yeah, I don't think that's a penalty. I mean, obviously, anytime your player gets taken out by the goalie, the opposition's gonna scream for a penalty. But I think that's a great play from Wazinski, quick off his line to snuff Madronda. But more importantly, he's got to be, I think, upset with his defense. Madronda whiffs on that volley attempt. And really, the remainder of the back line for Arizona kind of sleeping a little bit, slow to react, and Jimmy Madronda charges, but great play from Wazinski.
Milano probing, looking to find something out through the midfield. Switches back through Balo. Davi Luiz style forging run. Good touch there, but it's a play on his passes 1v1 here with Williams. Wow, and Uzo comes across to make an important intervention.
Tremendous block from Uzo. That's an easy tap in for the Rangers if he's not there.
Peter Kelly clears wisely. Mulligan controls. A great little flick there.
Well, Madronda has always been one for the flair. Fans of Sporting have seen that for a couple years now.
Oh, and it's almost like a toe poke there from Sabo. It goes over the bar.
Now we have two more players down. Prior to that shot, just looked like two players making that near post run, knocking heads.
Head, yeah.
Yeah, Sanchez and looks like it maybe Morrison, or actually. Looks like it's Williams down for Arizona United. But, yeah, both players, trying to make that run into the box, anticipating a cross, and just look like they knock heads and both guys are down. So a lot of time for players on the ground in this first half due to injury. And Sanchez for the Swope Park Rangers up to his feet. And his first is real true welcome to this game, taking a knock to the head and down on the ground. And for Williams, that's about the third time he's involved in a little bit of a scuffle. But nothing that I would say is any overly dangerous or overly aggressive. It's just two guys making the same type of run and knocking heads.
Looks like they're both leaving the field, and obviously with all the concussion stuff going on, want to make sure they're checked.
Got to get them off. And right on cue, the PA read about concussion awareness. Good stuff. That guy, the PA announcer, just earned his paycheck this evening.
Looks like Uzo and Williams have switched here. I don't know if switching your center backs is going to improve your attack, but it's a good ball into Garza. Gavin finds Peter Kelly on the wing here at Duke. Kelly looking to get service. That's a good ball, but easily taken care of by Swope Park defense. And built out well here through Milano. This is trouble. Again, Norte not involved too much in the buildup, but he always seems to find himself with the ball in dangerous spots for Arizona United.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Rangers, Van Campernoll just there to, not give him a clean look at goal. He's not able to square and face up to John Kempen, and instead just dribbles it to him. He's easily able to smother it, but another poor giveaway from the Rangers now gives a set-piece opportunity for Arizona. We saw them struggle with this earlier on in the matchup.
Absolutely, especially on the weak side here. See if the defending gets a little bit tighter. Rennie on the ball. Great dipping ball from Rennie. Rennie's really shown a lot of class on these set pieces, I'll tell you. And ends up as a goal kick. That was a good dipping ball, though.
And that call actually made by the linesman over here on our side of the field. The referee not able to get a clean look at it. Confirmed by the linesman, goal kick for the Rangers. But once again, the set piece, while it didn't exactly test Kempen too much, as you said, it was a great ball in, good pace, good dip, and actually, from my vantage point, looked as though it should have been a corner kick for Arizona United. So once again, for the second time, the set piece proving to be a little bit of a positive note for Arizona.
And again, another conversation. This is the longest half of all time.
I wonder, are they going to have stoppage time? Or do they just want to get the guys out of here?
Get everyone out of here alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Try again for the second half. Lana gives away. Fortunately, out of the reach of central midfielder Miguel Tim. Scotty Morrison goes up. Madranda finds himself on the ground. Mulligan all the way back to Kempen. Ken Campernolan. Peter Kelly cuts that ball out, and then Campernolan wins it back again. And Campernolan making the center back run to win there. A lot more dribbling from center backs than any coach could have wanted this half.
Yeah,
so somehow gets away with it there.
And we've seen it from all four center backs actually in this first half. Some good 20, 30-yard runs from the center backs. Impressive stuff.
Sky Morris does a great job to cut that ball out. Good balance to keep it for Gavin. Anthony Garza. Good combination play, good interplay. Peter Kelly looking to play an early ball. Ends up nowhere. Swope looking to break here. But United back. United recovered very well off that giveaway. Outside to Pasher with Duke overlapping.
We've seen some really good technical football from the Swope Park Rangers when they are pinned back and Arizona looks to be breathing down their necks. Anytime they force that turnover, they're very calm, doing some good one-touch passing in and around Arizona to get out of the danger zone. But then when they get into the scoring half of the field, it has been kind of falling apart. Not as much movement as we've seen on the defensive half, but still, that ability to get out of the trouble areas has been very good for the Swope Park Rangers during the run of play. It's really only been in set pieces where they've been truly challenged.
Gavin looking to switch and does so well. To Tim, again the diagonal ball, but this is a good one. Norte drifting into a wide position there with Casio. It's good to see a little bit more interchange from the play. The movement, the interchange, and between the three of them just doesn't seem to be established yet. And nor would you expect it to be at this point, would you, Jake?
Yeah, I know we've said it on a number of occasions, but it is true. I mean, a lot of these players have never been on the field at the same time, so you expect there to be some bumps in the road. I think the team movement and team position has been a little bit better from the Swope Park Rangers this first half, but you expect that. They've been training together for about a month now. The Arizona guys, they might have just met each other for the first time this morning. Like I said, we've been told that the numbers weren't even on the jerseys yet until a couple hours before this game. So Arizona's still just trying to find their identity out there with their teammates. Nice sweep the leg reference from an Arizona fan there in the stands. Anytime you can drop a Karate Kid reference during a game, that always makes me happy.
Well, the Cobra Kai is the finest team that was ever assembled as far as I know in terms of team karate, so it's possible they could be trying to emulate those skills. Wide to Duke. Milano looking to throw a great ball there, reverse ball to Pasher. Pasher into Duke, this is a good opportunity. Duke's cross leaves his substitute center forward left wanting a better service.
And as we mentioned, Tyler Pasher up on this left wing position for the Swope Park Rangers, one of only 2 trialists on the field in this first half, and I think he's done a very good job. I mean, I'm obviously not on the coaching staff or the technical director to say he deserves a contract, but in terms of a trialist performing with the first team, he's been very good.
I would say does a good job running that ball down, and a good little ball here. Not a bad effort on the cross there. Headed away by Bala, but only as far as the Arizona midfielder, Miguel Tim, giving away now. Swope laboring a little bit to get out here late in this half. A good step there by Blair Gavin. Gavin keeps it, finds Kelly. Rennie, couple touches. Kelly outside to Gavin.
And Rene's been very good for Arizona with the ball, very strong. Swope Park Rangers kind of bouncing off of him here and there, been very good at holding possession for Arizona United.
That's going to be the end of the half here. 45 minutes plus gone here in Tucson, Arizona. Desert Diamond Cup second round action. And the score, Arizona United 0, Swope Park Rangers 0. We'll be back in a few.
The list, the sheet I gave you with the subs on them. Have you given them to him yet? We're doing a straight 11 for 11. He has names. I have to give one more player name.
Perfect, thank you. No, that's fine. Doing good. What's happening, man? 11 guys in, now it's 11 guys out.
What's wrong? Did I miss something?
No.
We were down for like 20 minutes. I'm getting the phone calls.
Let's do so.
Southern Arizona's entertainment destination. Coming live to the Diamond Center
I didn't get a
award-winning
full roster
multi-platinum
until
country star
late
Tracy Lawrence
Wednesday night or late Thursday night. So.
Mexican-American music icon Maricela is looking to have a third stellar performance on Saturday, March 19th. And the MVP, one of the top party bands performing today, will be live on Friday, March 25th. Visit us at bbcaz.com for more information.
Absolute Bonzo.
That's a big double take. Those were
Yeah, I was right there, and of course I didn't have the camera. The one time I wasn't filming something. I have a guy. Yeah. Do you want me to? I'm getting pictures sent from me.
we'll just figure it out as they're.
How many? So was there anyone that was on here that didn't? That wasn't. So Thomas is there. Willie is starter. Trey's up to goalie this time of the season. Stack, the other, is going to be the goalie. Seven. Yeah.
I'll just have to. We'll just pick it up as they're playing.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You got all kinds of stuff going on. It's all right.
Celebrate your birthday or any event in style at an FC Tucson PDL or WPSL game. FC Tucson even offers an ultimate birthday package where your child can be a player for the day and catered corporate packages for adults as well. Contact us at 520-324-1115 or at info@fctucson.com and have your party or event this summer at an FC Tucson event. Look for CARP accreditation when comparing providers. CARP accreditation is earned by providers that show commitment to service quality and a focus on the satisfaction of the people they serve. To find CARP accredited providers, visit us online at cars.org. Eastern dugout for a nice cold beer. Official sponsor of FC Tucson, Chapman Automotive invites you to visit all of their outstanding dealerships. Honda, Acura, Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi, and Mercedes-Benz. It's tough to field a team this good, but Chapman Automotive has done it. To see Chapman's latest lineup, visit them on the web at chapmantucson.com.
And we're back here for the second half at Kino Grandstand, 6th Annual Desert Diamond Cup. I'm John Perlman. And first half was pretty choppy, Jake. What'd you think?
Well, certainly choppy, and we know we won't get much carryover because we have pretty much two brand new 11s out here for the start of the second half. So more young players, a lot of trialists trying to earn some spots on their respective teams, the Swope Park Rangers and Arizona United.
We're trying to get you the names as quickly as we can figure them out. It's going to be a little bit easy for us, so I'm going to start with Swope Park. My partner in crime here tries to figure out exactly what Arizona
Who are these guys?
And who is playing. For Swope Park, right back is Johnny Grant, right center back Hakim Diao, and then Omar Didic is playing center back. Left back will be Ezra Armstrong. Zach Luden is going to be in the goal, and it's an early opportunity for Swope. Ball served in the far post. Again, it's doubly hard with the green pennies on. This is just really a color man and a play-by-play guy's nightmare.
We're just throwing out names and numbers at this point.
The holding middle will be Mohamed Dabo. Sabo is going to stay on for the second half with Thomas Granito taking that other midfield spot. Jimmy Mulligan has been moved up from his right back position into a right outside wing position. And then Alberto Sanchez is going to be playing the high center forward. He came in the first half for Dane Kelly, and then Tyler Pasher is going to continue forging up and down the left side trying to earn his contract. Nick Costa got fouled there, and I can tell you this because Nick Costa was an FC Tucson guy we brought out for our team that Arizona United has picked up and looking to get signed. Left-sided player from Long Island took the worst of that, and Brock Rangers playing the left center back position. Peter Kelly looks like he's continuing on as the right back here. Jordan Stagnall in goal, the former, again, Arizona player, a Sereno Soccer Club product. St. John's man. And as we get the rest of the names, we're going to let you know right away.
Well, I can tell you the roster I was given has two players without a number that don't match, so I don't know who they are.
Kelly showing his versatility, be playing the right center back here, it looks like. The day is over for Tommy Williams and Uchenna Uzo, but not without a lot of sparks flying there.
FCTucson.com or call 334-1115 for all the latest FC Tucson men's and women's high-speed motor racing.
Foul midfield here. Swope looking to play quickly. Teenage plays forward. Armstrong stepping in here. And again, Pasher, as he has all first half, launching himself down the sideline.
Yeah, and it's maybe the player whose name you have called the most so far here this evening.
Stepped in and Peter Kelly clears out. Knockdown control by Chiva Cuevas, another player under contract for Arizona United. Last year played a number of minutes for them as well. Costa controls. Costa incredibly impressive in the preseason, especially against the Portland Timbers when FC Tucson and Arizona United were combining forces to look at some players, and he is 5'0", he's 100 nothing, but the kid has fantastic feet.
Well, that's always an equalizer. When you're that smaller player, you kind of have to make up for it with that technical ability and get around those big guys, and sometimes that speed and lower center of gravity can really help out. We saw it in a couple instances in the first half for the Rangers with Jimmy Madronda going up against bigger players. We saw Renee had a fantastic first half for Arizona United. So sometimes size doesn't always mean strength.
Goal kick driven forward by Lubin. Kelly steps in to win. Costa so comfortable on the ball. Brock Granger, the Louisville product, the Hawaiian native. Second year with Arizona United. Granger looking to play forward, finds Costa. And Greg Beardsley, welcome to the game, my friend. Sorry, Gibson Beardsley cleared out there. Beardsley, another Arizona United trialist here.
And Nansel Selbo for the Rangers, one of those players getting extended time after playing the first 45 for the Rangers.
Costa getting around the back, whips it in. Number 6 there on the outside. Wouldn't it be great if we actually had a number 6?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Stagnor looking back and drives it forward. Gibson, Beardsley right there challenging. And Lubin drives it forward. A lot of north-south action here. Start the half, Jake.
Well, and it's kind of carbon copy so far of what we saw in the first half. The first handful of minutes, very frenetic, no one holding possession, a lot of turnover, a lot of up and down, just not really resulting in many quality chances for either side.
And some nifty footwork there again by Sable to earn the corner kick.
And once again, looking like Tyler Pasher going to come up to take this corner for the Swope Park Rangers. Not too many set-piece opportunities for them in that first half.
Backfield nicely done there. Pasher looking to drive. Cleared up, but not away. Using the knee there, Gibson Beardsley. Only as far as Pasher. Pasher saw glory and it agreed with him, but the result won't agree with Coach Mark Dos Santos.
Yeah,
as it goes flying out.
well struck.
Yeah, and again, to be honest with you, I've been impressed. I mean, he's been the most active and the most dangerous player consistently, I feel, for Swope. Obviously, minus the Kelly early chance.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
Waz was able to paw aside. First the controls.
Well, and Kelly, you know, for the Swope Park Rangers, one of those players where you may not call his name for 85 minutes of a matchup, but all it takes is that one well-weighted through ball with that speed that he has to put one away. But in terms of making a case, I do say Pasher probably has been the best player for the Rangers so far in this matchup here this evening.
Chiva Cuevas plays it wide there, and we're trying to figure out the identity of the mystery right back. Owen Lubin clears it, fortunately picked up by number 44, Thomas Granito. Lubin's going to have to do better than that. Give it away. Here's a good opportunity here. Finds Chiva Cuevas. Davis unable to slip it through and Swope back the other way. Kelly, the SIU product, looking comfortable in a number of positions, but gives it away there a little bit too easily to Johnny Grant, who summarily smashes it to Brock.
Well, and Johnny Grant, one of those players that I think the Swope Park Rangers have some high hopes for. Some brief stints with the Canadian national team. Came up through the Montreal Academy, some time in the USL there, but one of the players that I know Mark Dos Santos made it a priority to make sure that he got on the squad here for the Swope Park Rangers in their inaugural season.
And Coach Dos Santos, the former Montreal man, is certainly not going to miss out on the players in the greater Quebec area. So cleared out, but only as far as Granger. Granger finds Costa. That's Jamel Cox here on the outside, number 7. The former Seattle Sounder man, if I'm not mistaken. We're doing our best trivia identification here, and I'm using all the skills I've been able to accomplish through scouting the youth systems of all these teams. And, Costa brings it down.
Well, and that's one of the great things, at least, of the Swope Park Rangers. In this instance, will be the
Costa again. Costa
still dancing.
Just dancing. Costa looking like a poor man's Di Maria as he swings that ball out wide.
And it's hit out.
Absolutely, and it is number 5, Amari Thomas, on the wide there, but just trying to figure out who number 6 is, and if anybody wants to shoot John Perlman the text message and let me know, I'd be happy to call whoever's son that is, because I'm sure his parents are watching the stream somewhere cheering for him. Switched out here. Heavy touch by Grant. Picked up again by Cox. Granger and Nick Costa, little interplay, swung out through Peter Kelly. Ball driven forward. Zach Lubin a little bit slow off his line, but managed to get there.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there between Lubin and his center back, Didic, and unfortunately for the Rangers, Lubin able to gather that one in, but a tough challenge there from Garcia.
And flying again is Pasher, just stepping right through the defense there. The hot knife through butter. Ball from Granito. Pasher again gets hit away there by Granger. And Granito feeling optimistic, but it looks like that skimmed off Chiva Cuevas, and for a corner kick for Swope Park Rangers, and hopefully they can make something of this.
Well, and so far that's 2 times in this second half that the Rangers have tried a optimistic approach if they shot from 30-plus yards away, but fortunately this time it does take that deflection, and now let's see if Sporting Kansas City can get involved on these set pieces. You got to keep an eye out for Didic. 6'4", you see him heading into the box, towering over everyone else. He's got to be your target man in this instance.
Ball swung in. And well handled there by Stagdor. Started a little bit towards his near post, was managed to get back and recover, and it's a good strong hold for him.
Yeah, and the Rangers sending everyone pretty much to that near post. No one there on the far post to really challenge the goalkeeper at all. The easy catch, easy distribution.
Looking to identify Spencer Johnson, 17, looks like he's playing the holding midfield. This half for Arizona United. Given away. Swope looking to counter. And we keep calling his name, Tyler. Pasher on the ball again. Swung out through Granito. Across. Giving away and on the counter here through Amari Thomas. Thomas finds Alberto Garcia.
And Cox open at that far post. Rangers lucky there.
Ooh, good strike there by excuse me, Amari Thomas, but ends out for a goal kick.
Yeah. And Chiva Cuevas going for that volley on the second opportunity. Unfortunately, that ball just a little too high, not able to get behind it, and pushes that one wide. But some good pressure in this to start this second half for Arizona United.
Yeah, again, you know, it's a lot of guys really working to try to keep their place on the roster, maybe get a contract here. And so the intensity should be very high this second 45. A little push in the back, I think we all saw that.
Easy call. About the easiest call that referees had to make throughout this entire matchup.
That's right. He's been straight on the doing a lot of lecturing, and rightfully so. There have been a couple of questionable challenges, but the game hopefully is going to settle in here in the second half, and it'll be an exciting one. Ball out wide here. Charlie Grant. And post again, deceptively strong for his thin frame. And playing out through Gibson Beardsley. That might be Bardsley, and if I've been pronouncing that wrong again, I apologize. But the roster's a little bit late in the game here. We're working through it. Peter Kelly on the ball. Park Ranger. It's a good ball there to Jamel Cox. Cox on the ball. Former Sounders 23 man, spinning. And earns a corner kick. "60 minutes gone here at Kino North Stadium. 0-0 between the Swope Park Rangers and the Arizona United. Second round action here in the Desert Diamond Cup, 6th annual. I'll tell you, I feel like I'm talking about the weather every 5 minutes, but it is so nice here. And if you're not down here, you're missing out, I'll tell you. Chiva Cuevas on the corner.
Ucheno Uzo giving Arizona and probably the game's best scoring chance off a corner in the first half.
Good early near post ball. This is a great opportunity. Good strike there again from distance by the right midfielder, Mari Thomas. And Thomas blasting forward again, but easily handled at the near post by Lubin.
Yeah, Bardsley doing a great job of getting that initial chance off the corner kick, and Thomas doing a good job getting that second opportunity. And so far the second half, it's been pretty much all Arizona United. Looked like we're going to get a change here for the Swope Park Rangers. Looks as though Jimmy Mulligan will be coming off.
And for all those Arizona United fans out there, that's Damian Rosales, number 6, playing at the right back. So I want to make sure we got that for you. Jimmy Mulligan off. Entering the game, number 49, Will Little.
And Little, the SKC Academy product, had a goal and an assist in the game's
Yes,
or in the
and
club's
and
first ever game a couple
boot
weeks ago.
signing to boot
Yeah.
as well.
Not a bad way to have your first goal of 2016, have a cracker from distance like he had, but I know that the coaching staff can be just as happy with the assist that he provided as the goal. So Little, the Academy of Product, getting another chance to have about a half hour or so on the field for the Swope Park Rangers.
Sal's looking to serve there, but was only able to find the former Diamondback scoreboard here. As this was formerly the Arizona Diamondback Spring Training Complex, repurposed for soccer here, and the lights here, as you'll see on the stream, are very, very strong, and that's because this was modeled directly after, at the time was Bank One Ballpark, but now it's City Field, of course. And these lights are enough to give anybody cancer, so want to make sure you're not here for too long. Ball played out here through back, number 89, Hakeem Diao. Moving out to Didic. Didic will play forward and step in there well by the right back, Damien Rosales. It was already out of bounds.
And Will Little up here on this right wing for the Swope Park Rangers, calling for that ball, that big switch, that big diagonal, as Nicholas Costa was pretty much sucked all the way to that opposite side of the field. If the Swope Park Rangers can pick their head up and see how much space Little has on this right-hand side, it's something they could take advantage of.
Given away there by Sanchez. Looked like a good tackle to me. The play continues. What'd you see there?
I think it was a pretty solid challenge, and right in front of the referee, he had the clear angle on it. Agree with him that he said, let the play continue.
Rosales earns a throw in there with a little effort. Switched ball was a little bit heavy. Looks like another substitute. It looks like Tyler Pasher's day is over, and it was an active day, no doubt.
Yeah, very good day. I think it was, didn't maybe light up the score sheet, but did a very good job of interconnecting with Christian Duke in that first half to come away with some quality opportunities. And also just getting up and down that sideline and getting those crosses in. That's what Mark Dos Santos wants to see.
Cuevas reverse ball here, not a bad one. No! Yellow card. Is that outside the area? It looks like it is.
Just outside the area as Hakeem Diao picks up another yellow card in this matchup.
Well, Jake, it's one of those challenges that if you're going to make it and you've got to do it, you better make sure it's outside the box, or
and
you're going to have a lot to answer to for your teammates. And he got caught on the reverse ball, and he stepped in.
And from our low angle here, it definitely looked as though it was going to be a penalty, but looks like the Swope Park Rangers fortunate that the initial contact occurring just outside the box. From our vantage point, it has to be just on the, has to be a foot outside the line or so.
Chiva Cuevas on the ball. The referee is right in my line of sight. Sometimes these are tough because they're so close to the 18.
Yeah, you don't really have enough space to get them up and over and down the wall.
A great free kick.
Oh.
Chiva Cuevas, all the class there you could need, but just off the outside of the crossbar.
And you can kind of feel the momentum very, very much swinging in Arizona's favor there. They have a nice little fan section here, maybe about 25, 30 people or so. Very quiet throughout the first half, but as the momentum has swung towards Arizona, they're starting to get into it, and I think the Arizona players are starting to get into it as well.
Entering the game for Pasher is Ryan James, the Bowling Green product, drafted by Sporting Kansas City, looking obviously to see if he can latch on here with the Swope Park squad. Costa looking to throw in, and giving away a little bit easily there by Gibson Bardsley. Switched out by Thomas Granito. Diao. Very tight defending there by Nick Costa. And Will Little not able to release. Switching here through Selbo and You know, he hasn't been as active as on the ball now, but they really want to get him on the ball. I think he's the most dangerous player out on the field right now here in terms of creating chances by dribble penetration, and hopefully he'll be able to be a bit more active this last 25 minutes.
Yeah, especially centrally for the Swope Park Rangers, the creative spark hasn't necessarily, been there for a vast majority of this game, and Selball has been the one to provide it. Now, we have to address that with the caveat that, Sporting Kansas City, did sign a player out of Cape Verde from Benfica, Kevin Oliveira. He is expected to be that player for the Swope Park Rangers. So in the meantime, though, Selball doing his best job to kind of hold that mantle until Oliveira shows up for the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, Cuevas has been very solid. I've been impressed with him so far in the middle here. Holding the ball, good control, maintain possession, very few giveaways, and we saw a lot of those giveaways in the first half. I think he settled things down a lot for Arizona United.
Well, and a lot of experience. He's out there. He's one of the elder statesmen of Arizona and of the USL, has a ton of experience to gain from. So we're seeing a lot of young kids out there on the field trying to make their mark, trying to impress their coaches. He knows that he is, while Wazinski is the captain for Arizona, he is basically a co-captain as it stands. So he knows what it takes, to open up a defense. He knows what it takes to win the game. He knows it's patience. He knows it's making the right pass, making the right run. So bringing a very calming presence to this game for Arizona in the second half.
Just like that, Selball's day has ended. Cuevas drops it. Playing Spencer Johnson. Good stop. Peter Kelly driving it forward. That ball by Rosales to an offside of Mark Thomas. 69th minute here. Beautiful Kino Grandstand Stadium. First of quadruple header tonight, Jake. And this game is one of the few games we've had so far that hasn't been wrought with goals.
Yeah, and
14 goal first night.
I think we expected it to be a little choppy between these two teams, but it's not one of those games where it maybe has been the most exciting of a 0-0 draw as you can expect. We've only seen each goalkeeper tested for each squad only a handful of times. John Kempen with a great double save in the first half. Chiva Cuevas now just hitting the post on a free kick. So it's been few and far between the not only scoring chances, or not only quality chances, but just scoring chances in general.
I would not have predicted the shutout here, obviously, with so many inexperienced players, but so far that's what we're looking at through 70 minutes. Kelly stepping forward.
And it looks as though with the substitution out of Nonso Selball for the Swope Park Rangers, Mark Gonzalez has come into the game. And it looks as though the Swope Park Rangers have adapted to more, have gone away from the 4-3-3, have now flattened out into a 4-4-2 with Sanchez and Gonzalez working as the forward, working up top at the forward positions for Swope Park.
Well, of course, this is the time to try things, and obviously, we talked earlier about the 4-3-3 pressing system that Swope is, and obviously through Kansas City has employed, but Mark DeSantis has got to figure some things out and see some players in a natural spot, so that might be some of the reason you'll see this 4-4-2 with two players playing a bit higher. Taken away here. Served in, good opportunity. Bardsley. Can Lubin stop the corner? Lubin can. Bardsley's found the ball at his feet, about 20 yards out. Look what I have, but I was unable to convert or really create a quality chance. Yeah,
another one of those instances where one of our defenders have taken on players with the ball at his feet. Damian Rosales doing a great job for Arizona out of that right back spot.
For Gonzalez, and Gonzalez, welcome to the game. And that's the Cactus Pricks, the supporters group from the FC Tucson. I can't imagine they're cheering for Arizona United.
The best supporter group name that there is in existence. I know the Sporting Kansas City equipment manager, Michael Flaherty, at his office at Children's Mercy Park, has a massive display of various scarves that he's picked up throughout the years, and one of his favorite ones that hangs in that from the Cactus Bricks.
That's right. Oh, and a diabolical challenge from number 17, Spencer Johnson, and he finds himself looking straight at a yellow card.
Yeah, easy call to make. Very, very reckless. Nothing overtly dangerous, but definitely a reckless
Just poorly
challenge.
timed, really.
Exactly. Easily worthy of a yellow card. And the only issue now is we still have a player down, and hopefully he can stay in this matchup.
Free kick chance. I think that's Mohamed Dabo on the ball. Served in. Good challenge by Stagmiller. And Stagmiller got the worst of that intervention. Like you said, Didic was obviously going to be the go-to guy on the set piece. And put all of his frame into that challenge.
Yeah, well, and that's a topic that is always going to have, you know, a wide ranging of opinions. For me, that specific challenge, that's not a foul on Didic. It should either be it looked like it should have been a goal kick because Stagmiller, the goalkeeper, jumped after Didic did. So you can't claim that Didic is the one that flew into the goalkeeper. But I mean, now if an instance of player safety and the ball still in bounds, blow the whistle. Okay, I understand. But in that instance, you have two guys both angling towards the ball, no one jumping up and into one another. So it's just a tough play.
Little interplay there between Little and Cox, and Coast ends up with a throw-in. Rivas, good ball in here to Cox. Cox gets around him, opportunity here, pulled back. Oh my goodness! And it looked like it was going to be a goal, and it was stolen back by Zach Lubin. Alberto Garcia looking for his inaugural goal for Arizona United.
Looked like a for sure goal. Great stop from Lubin. Great job from Jamel Cox to get up and play that ball low. That was the key. Played it low, right in the line of the run. But Lubin coming up huge for the Rangers.
And again, you know, you want to make sure you don't airmail that over. And he hit it very solidly, but it was a bit central. And again, you've got it from that distance. What a great reaction.
But that's what made it such a great cross from Cox. He had enough. He didn't have all the time in the world, but enough to pick up his head and see that he had that darting run into the box, keep that one on the ground, give him a chance to score with his feet, and not try to get lucky with the header.
Switched out by Johnson. Costa again. He does a good job of getting to that ball. Cox. Costa dropping it centrally. Again, I've been impressed with Costa since I've seen him the entire time. I mean, he doesn't give the ball away. When he does, he finds a way to win it back. And giving away there, Peter Kelly recovering. United getting numbers back behind the ball. Opportunity here, served in. Costa heads down and away.
Will Little was lining that one up for a volley, trying to get another wonder goal, trying to make it 2-2 matches, but great job defensively.
Garcia plays it out of bounds, and Cox cannot get there. Johnny Grant with the throwing goes all the way back here through Dial. Dial steps through.
Some great moves from the Sporting Kansas City Academy product there, but then makes a lazy pass. Does a good job to create enough space, and if you're going to do that, you got to make sure that pass is crisp coming out of your center back position.
Away by Dabo, picked up by Damian Rosales. Looks like Stagmiller is going to go long here. That is right in Mar Didic's wheelhouse.
Amir Didic, just his sheer size alone makes him a prospect to keep an eye out of. Played his college locally at Baker, somewhat locally in the Kansas City region at Baker University. Had a very good career there. But as you said, sometimes when you get a center back that's that big, you at least give him a run, see what he can do out there. And so far, he's been pretty good.
Cuevas looking for a foul. It certainly didn't exist there. But obviously the savvy veteran always looking to get a free kick when possible. And why not after the last one he took? This is trouble. Sanchez. And I got to be honest with you, Sanchez is going to look back at this game and wonder what might have been.
Yeah, it doesn't get the opportunities don't get much more served up on a platter than that. Quick on the turnover,
Maybe clear cut was the word.
The Swope Park Rangers caught sleeping, caught ball watching just a little bit, had about 10, 15 yards of space. Lubin quick off his line to cut down the angle somewhat, but that's one that's got to be put away. That probably could have been the turning point in this match and would have been the final score line the way this game is shaped up.
Yeah, this second half has been more Arizona United. There's no question.
It really has been. It really has been. You got to give them a lot of credit. And these are a lot of guys that are playing for looks, playing for contracts, playing for position on the squad, and they've performed very, very well in the second half.
Stolen here again. Ari Thomas, but gives it away. Ryan James.
Great ball.
This is a good ball. Tough touch there. Controlled. Just enough there by Brock Ranger. And James looks like he put his foot through.
And that was
unintentionally, but through Chiva Cuevas there.
And a great job from Costa. You've been talking about him the entire second half, doing a great job of stopping that Swope Park Rangers attack. Would have liked to have seen Gonzalez maybe bring that one down just a shade earlier, but instead he let it take that second bounce, and that allows the defense to get back in shape and basically squash that attack before it got going.
And the raucous singing continues from the FC Tucson supporters group. Stag Miller with the ball at his feet. And out of bounds.
Couple looked like volunteer workers, Tucson workers, almost got crushed
Stag
over
Miller
there.
obviously unimpressed with our crew of interns. Decided to launch a ball at them to make sure
Is the water not cold enough here? Come on. He's a goalkeeper. What does he really have to worry about?
79th minute here, and beautiful sunset here in Tucson, Arizona. Desert Diamond Cup. And still 0-0, although Arizona United has a few chances they'd like to have back. We've seen lots of players. We've seen lots of crazy challenges. But overall, we just haven't been able to find a goal.
Yeah, it has had the competitive nature has been there for even more so for a preseason game. Just really hasn't had the final product. But Arizona has had the upper hand for a vast majority of this second half. You know, that with only 10 to 15 minutes left in this matchup, though, it really could be anybody's game because not one team has dominated in this matchup.
Tabo on the outside looking to create here. Cuts inside. A good block there by the defensive center midfielder, Spencer Johnson. Nicely handled there by the right midfielder. But gives it away. All the way back. Through Diao. Tabo. Johnny Grant trying to release there, but unable to get the service.
Yeah, I was able to have a nice sit-down interview with Johnny Grant before the team left for Arizona, and you know, I asked him to kind of describe himself, what kind of player he is, and he said, I'm a modern fullback. You know, I do play the defense, but he loves to get up and down the field, and one of the great aspects of his game may not be you know, the technical ability. It's his sheer size and strength that makes him such a great asset to this club. A 6-foot right back that can run like he can. That's those don't grow on trees.
Ball switched out to him. He has a chance to run. Oh, lays it back first time. Good touch though. Looking to combine here. Little with the ball, the goal scorer against Colorado Rapids, the hero in the Colorado Rapids match. Maybe he has a goal left in here in the dying minutes, but not on that ball from Didic, which is given away. Costa decides to save it. Looking to build out. Cox. Good ball into Garcia. Garcia with a good return ball to Cox. Cox looking to get by. Cox can fly. A good recovery there by Johnny Grant. Switches on. Granger, a little undersized for center back here, but has been very steady.
Certainly has been very impressive in his stint in his 45 minutes in this matchup.
And Lubin Was not particularly graceful in that, but ends up with the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
It's
well,
out to Grant.
You know, but that's
Little.
also the second time that's happened between he and one of the guys on his back line. You know, we're sitting at midfield, and we should, if a goalkeeper is calling off his back line, we should be hearing that. And we haven't heard that in the two instances where there's been collisions between he and his defender.
Has not been as strong between the two reserve goalkeepers. I
True.
think that's been clear. And opportunity for the Bowling Green man here, Ryan James, but his weak right foot was a little too strong in that case.
Yeah, that one never really had an opportunity as he lined that one up. His entire upper body leaning all the way back about 45 degrees. No matter how he hits that one was never really going to have a chance.
Stagno looking to play long again and does so. Johnny Grant with a good win, but Will Little unable to get a clean touch on that. So, 84th minute. What do you think Coach Dos Santos is going to take away from this match in the overall?
Well, you know, I think the first 45 minutes, Swope Park were a little bit better, and those are, you know, maybe the quote unquote, you know, starters that you want to see. And for the organization's second only game, I think for what they have lacked maybe on the offensive side of the ball, they have made up for on the defensive side of the ball. Arizona saved for, you know, a set piece opportunity and a set or a free kick. They really haven't tested the Swope Park Ranger goal at all. So I think you can take that as a bonus going forward. And the more games and more minutes that these guys play with one another, the better off the Rangers are going to be from an Arizona standpoint. I think Frank Yallop can at least look at the players that he has brought in and say, okay, I've seen these guys now play in a game atmosphere. Now he's going to start tinkering. Maybe the next game he sees his quote-unquote preferred starting 11 and how those guys play well with one another.
Ball whipped in here, but caught easily by Stagnar, who was looking to throw early but thought better of it. It's always two sides to this coin here. You don't want to give away the game late here, but wow, a goal in the dying minutes would give either team a boost moving forward in this tournament and obviously into the season.
Well, and also confidence for not just for the coaching staff, but for that player as well. If it could come from a player that's playing for a position.
And Bardsley lost the ball here. Could it be Will Little again? Well, I thought it was Costa does enough there. Well, Costa looking back at his midfield, pleading for some midfield pressure on there as he was a sitting duck as Will Little was looking to again
and for
show everyone how much energy the youngster has and his goal-scoring prowess.
And for the second time in 2 games, the commit to NC State almost comes away with another goal at the death. This time it would have been the game winner, not necessarily the game clincher that he had the other night against Colorado.
Well, I think the Wolfpack have a good one, and they're going to be excited next year to see what he can do. I think that spoke for itself for Mark Gonzalez there. Not his finest moment.
Well, it's been that kind of night for the Swope Park Rangers. You know, when they get into the attacking third, you know, it just the ball hasn't bounced their way. Some heavy touches, some ill-advised passes, just hasn't really led to any quality opportunities. And you know, there another chance with possibly a last ditch effort from the corner kick. You know, just goes over the head of everyone, and a bad touch sends it out of bounds.
Well, obviously there's still some time left here, but you knew it early in the game, the number of chances and the number of goals given up last year by Arizona United. Clean sheet here for Frank Yallop's troops. You got to feel like that's a real step.
100%, 100%. Anytime you can, as we were told from the Arizona United media manager, their communications manager, the vast majority of these guys showed up here this morning. And if you can come out here and say, you know what, we didn't lose, we didn't necessarily play bad, and we held a clean sheet, that's plenty of stuff to be excited about for the second round of games.
Well, the challenge for the USL Pro teams in this tournament, akin to the number of challenges that are going to be faced by the MLS teams as they go into CONCACAF Champions play. When teams have had much more time together and much more experience and are in better form, it's very hard to get results. But obviously, this is a good. But you've got to like Little. I mean, he's been creative. He's been a real factor, you know, for his time coming in the game. It's certainly been a boost for the right side here.
Yeah, very technically savvy young kid coming out of the academy for Sporting Kansas City. Obviously, we had mentioned committed to NC State. Maybe not breaking into the type of academy product that you want to be breaking into the first team when they're 18 or 19, but you can see the skill is there that maybe by the time he's his junior, senior year at NC State, maybe he is ready to threaten Sporting Kansas City for first team minutes.
Great ball here to the outside too, Amari Thomas. A good bit of defending there from Swope Park. And number 56, Ezra Armstrong. Again, we haven't called his name that much as well. I mean, he hasn't been able to get forward probably as much as Coach Dos Santos would have liked the outside backs to get forward here. That's kind of speaks to how Amari Thomas has been fast and dangerous on that side when he's been able to get service.
He has been. He's been very good for Arizona in this second half on that right wing. Kind of isolated at times, but anytime he has got the ball at his feet, he's been very impressive.
All the way back here through Amir Didic. Didic switches. Good strong ball here. And handles. It's a nice little sequence here from Swope Park. And finally, Johnny Grant gets forward, and that's got to be disappointing. To string 6 or 7 passes there, and then the next ball to go directly to the keeper.
Yeah, maybe a little too eager to try to get that game winner, and maybe slow down, take an extra touch to see if you can find someone else making that run towards the far post. You can see that both teams kind of pushing when they get the ball in the opposition half. They're doing what they can to try to get this game winner.
Ranger does a good job there. Good turn. Nice little turn by Rosales there. Good turn of pace. Looking to play vertically and does so. Fox.
It's a great challenge from Grant there.
Yeah, just powers his way through there. And a desperate Gibson Bardsley trying to grab him at the end earns the foul.
Yeah, Hakeem Dial doing a very good job, staying strong, not just through the initial challenge or for the second one. Able to get that second clearance, even though the whistle was blown for a foul. Dial, a couple shaky moments to start the second half, but I think he and Didic have been fairly well as a center back pairing. Only a couple times that they've been caught out of position. We did see arguably the best scoring opportunity when they were ball watching a little bit, but those are things that you can teach and clean up in the coming practices in the coming games.
Benito switches out. Quick ball, and not a lot you can do with that. He did a great job there to keep that ball in bounds. Mark Gonzalez with an acrobatic header save. And we should be getting into injury time here. We do not have a fourth on this game that we can see holding a subboard, so we're trying to look and see how much time we have left.
And trying to see if he's making any sort of motion towards the coaches to let him know what he can expect, but hasn't really moved. So
switches out.
So we can't really say.
Underneath, steps through is Dabo. Get a little Dabo getting between the lines there, but plays one touch back. Dabo dancing, but not finding what he wants here. Chief Cuevas keeping him from playing forward. And a good steal. Sanchez, advantage is played though. Great tackle by Didic. Little. Great matchup here between Costa and Little. Ooh. That was good hard play by both players, but and no injuries, and that's going to do it.
and every coach is going to be happy with that result.
Everyone but the fans, because they're probably looking for a few goals. But again, both teams a good match. Looks like no major knocks, but final thoughts, Jake?
Well, I think it was to be expected. I think maybe would have, coming into the matchup, the momentum leaning towards the Rangers coming off of their big victory over the Colorado Rapids the other night and the unknown factor of Arizona. But the two teams battled it out. No one really, I would say, had a clear upper hand. maybe slight edge to Rangers in the first half, Arizona in the second. But I think a draw is a fair result. I don't think we wanted a 0-0 draw by any means, but I think a draw is a fair result for the game for the two teams here this evening.
Well, to everyone out there in soccer land, we apologize for the early technical difficulties. 0-0, final score here, the Desert Diamond Cup. I'm John Perlman, for Jake Gadrich. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll catch up with you later in the tournament. Thanks a lot.